Okay, right here.
I'm
Okay,
checking out my phone.
we should be good now.
It says upcoming.
We should be good now. I just hit go live.
Yep.
We're good?
You hear us though, which is funny.
All right, I'm gonna mute up and we'll
But
play this song and then everybody will get started. This is Hightop Sports Baseball, where the Gators stand tall, swinging for it all. From Gainesville nights to those weekend sweeps, David House call running deep. Orange and blue, that's the crew. Hightop Sports coming right at you. Hello, everybody. Let me see. Can you see the chat, Matthew? Uh-oh. Oh, I can see it. I got it on my phone. So I'll just go off my phone now. Because for whatever reason here... Oh, I can probably do it here, actually. Let's see. Pop out chat. There
my
we
bad, I
go.
was
I
muted.
got it. No, you're good, bro. All right, I think we should be good here. Hopefully everybody can hear us. Everybody's tuned in. Yeah, some exciting news today. We know Florida's hosting. Hopefully we can get a top 8 seed and host both. If not, as we've said on the show before, I think we play well enough on the road that we can take care of business. The team seems to be firing on all cylinders, with the exception of one part of the team that is kind of concerning me, and that's the bullpen. Matthew, what did you think about, we don't have to get too in depth because we're going to release a video later on today, guys, about the SEC tournament recap and about our regional, just, breaking down all the teams in it, what our outlook's going to be like. But Matthew, if you want to briefly just touch on what you thought about the SEC tournament, how we looked, and also congratulations on your pick. Matthew picked Georgia to win the SEC tournament. They won. Unfortunately, they won. I think Florida, there was a lot of moving parts in that Florida-Georgia game, but no excuses. You got to win the games when they're played. Go ahead, Matthew, if you want to just touch on that, and we'll get started.
Yeah, so overall the team looks really good. You can't complain. They're pitching well with the starters. The hitters are hitting well. The bullpen, some may think is iffy, and I don't blame them. But when you get 1 1/3 out of your starting pitcher against the best lineup in the country, and you're making your bullpen go 7 2/3, I think any bullpen will look bad in that situation. I don't think that's specific to this Florida team at all. So you're never able to use your best guys the way you want to when you have to get through 7 2/3 from your bullpen. So if you're blaming the bullpen on that game, the fact that that was even a game, you gotta be like, all right, that's no negativity can be taken from that because they kept you in it in a game where they shouldn't have been able to keep you in it.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is there's a couple guys in the bullpen that do concern me. Luke McNeely coming back off an injury. Now he's a veteran guy that I trust to get outs in the biggest moments. But he just this year alone, and I know he's been dealing with injuries, so hopefully he's able to bounce back. He's one of my favorite players on the team. Ever since he was a freshman, the guy he comes in big moments and ends up producing. But he got hit around a little bit, walked a few people. But like I said, if I'm not mistaken, that's either his first or second time pitching since injury. So I fully trust Sully and what he's going to be able to do to get us ready for this regional. Tyler Bohannon says, "Who do y'all think will be on our regional?" We were actually just talking about that before we went live. We were talking about some projections we had been seeing that has Miami in our regional as the 2 seed. It's not that I'm scared to play Miami at all. We swept them earlier this year. I think we're more talented than Miami. But Miami is a team that has some, especially if do you know if Cuvier's back? I know he was injured for a little bit. If he's back, he's a guy that can beat
No
you.
idea.
He's a guy that can beat you. They've got a couple good starters in pitching. I know they're dealing with some injuries as well, but I think it's just lazy to put Miami in there in our regional. We've already, not lazy, but it's kind of boring to me. I don't want to play them. We've already played them. Same thing with UCF. We play them a couple of times a year usually. This year we didn't, but I would like to get some fresh faces in there. Another projection I saw had, and this would be a tough one too, Coastal in our regional. Coastal's a tough team with some really good starting pitching. As you saw, I think they won their conference tournament, but they're able to, when they're healthy, they can compete with anybody. It's going to be tough. Anytime you get in a regional, though, you're playing postseason ball teams that are good teams. You're going to see some big league arms or people that are going to be getting drafted eventually in your regional and super regional. So you got to be ready just to hit the ball and take care of business, basically. Have you seen any other projections, Tyler? Or Tyler? I'm looking at a dude on Tyler on Twitter right here.
Yeah, I see it too. Yeah, no, I haven't seen much besides the Miami UCF and whoever it was as the fourth seed, which would really scare me. I don't want that. We usually struggle against UCF. Miami rivalry game, you never know what happens in the first place, even though I would feel good about that. I'd rather not play either of those teams. I'd rather play completely new teams where this team can go in blank slate and just say, it's postseason baseball. Don't care about the uniform on the other side. It shouldn't matter. But when it's Miami and UCF, that uniform matters. So I'd rather it be a blank, fresh face, but you never know.
Absolutely. So they released the 16 hosts last night. Obviously, Florida's one of the teams that will be hosting. Hold on, let me pull back up the chat, make sure. Anyway, they're one of the teams that will be hosting. But some teams that surprised me that didn't get a host, the most surprising to me was probably Arkansas. They ended up going on a little run towards the end of the year and then made the title game in the SEC tournament, and they still didn't get a host. Starkville, Mississippi State ended up getting a host over them. Who else was kind of surprising to me that got a host over them? And Oregon. I thought there was 3 teams kind of fighting for those last 2 spots, and I thought Arkansas may have done enough during the SEC tournament to, host at their own ballpark. But it didn't happen. So we'll just go through and read off the hosts in case you didn't know. You can also see it. I'm sharing my screen. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Yeah. Athens, Atlanta, those 2 were givens. And they're also top 4 seeds. Atlanta, Georgia Tech, and Georgia are both top 4 seeds. They released those today, too. The other 2 are UCLA and Auburn, are all top 4 seeds. Austin, we knew that was going to be a regional. Chapel Hill obviously was going to be a regional. College Station, Eugene, Gainesville, Hattiesburg, Lawrence, which is Kansas. They're getting a regional. That'll be an exciting one. I know they usually don't host regionals. Lincoln, this is the one that the 11.7 boys were excited to get a Lincoln regional in Nebraska. So shout out to Nebraska. They've done a good job there turning that baseball program around. Los Angeles, but only one Los Angeles. A lot of people were saying there could be 2 in Los Angeles with USC and UCLA. USC did not get a regional site. I was reading up on them. I think it had to do with their record against the Quad 1. They were like 1-10 against Quad 1. So Morgantown, I'm glad West Virginia got one. And then we talked about Starkville, Tallahassee, obviously, and then Tuscaloosa. Those are the regional sites. The show should be starting now. I'm watching on my phone. We obviously can't show it on the screen, but I do have the NCAA baseball.
What is it on?
It's on ESPN2.
What is it on? Oh.
Yep. So it's on.
Wait. I'm going to pull that up real quick.
Yeah. ESPN2. And I also have the NCAA baseball Twitter page pulled up. That way we can look at them on here since I can't show you guys the videos or the video.
I'm just pulling it up.
Okay. And then we'll look at each site as they come out. I know they usually do this anyway. You guys don't want to see my tweets. Let's go back to NCAA baseball. But they usually live tweet it as they're going through the show. You can see here it's starting now. 50 seconds ago, we're ready to roll, baby. Let's get to some regionals here. Exciting time of the year for me, man. I love postseason. Not necessarily the conference tournaments. That weekend's fun too. But once we get to regionals, I used to go every year to Florida's regional, but work has kind of constrained me here lately in the last couple years. I think my favorite memory, I was a lot younger now. It was several years ago. I think we played Florida State in a super regional, and I was able to go down there for game 2 I think it went game 3 and we won. I was able to go to both of those. That was fun. That was a fun weekend. Gainesville, one of the best places on earth for me. All right.
You said ESPN two, right?
Yeah. That's what it said on my phone anyway.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to pull this up. Okay,
For
I
whatever
got it.
reason, First Take is still on mine. Is the show on for you?
there.
Let me go change it real quick now. Yeah, it
It's
sent me
still
straight to ESPN. Wow.
ESPN. It's on.
That's what it said. Let me
I'm on
refresh.
ESPN two.
It's not on ESPN. It's still First Take. Okay, here we go. It's on ESPN. Yeah, sorry, not ESPN two, guys. Forgive me. It's on ESPN. Does UF
No,
want
that's not
Coastal
your fault.
Carolina?
I'm looking right now. It says live NCAA Baseball Championship
Yep.
Selection Special ESPN two. So like that's not your fault.
Yeah, that's what I saw earlier when I Googled it. I was trying to set up everything and it said ESPN two,
That's
but it's
weird
on
too,
ESPN.
because
I'm watching it now.
that's yeah, that's even weirder because McAfee's always on ESPN at this time. So
Yeah, appreciate you, Yates. It's on ESPN. Yep.
guess not.
Thank you, Tyler. Does UF want Coastal Carolina in the region? Want would be
No.
a strong word. I would say no. If you can't avoid them, obviously it makes our path easier. But to win a national championship, you're going to have to beat very good teams anyway. That's the goal. The goal is not ultimately just to win the regional. I think this team, when it's playing well, is good enough to win a national championship. So I would love just to. You got to beat them anyway eventually, or somebody's got to beat them. I'm not scared of them, but they are very, very good. They're getting healthy right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Literally to my dad watching that Alabama game, and I said, I'm not saying we're going to win the national championship. That's very hard to do. But for the first time all year, I feel like this team is good enough to win one if everything goes right. And I haven't been able to say that all year until now. I really do believe that this team is good enough to win a national championship if it all comes together. It's not likely because it's so hard to win a national championship. And I realized once that 2023 team didn't win one, I'm like, you need so much to break right because that team is so good.
So good.
I'm not saying they're gonna win one, but this team has the capability in my mind to win a national championship.
Gator Jeremy said, let's go, boys. Let's go. It's starting. All right. I think we have our first
Jeremy.
regional in.
Oh,
No,
if
go
you were
ahead.
wondering, Jeremy, Cody is plus 20 on the front nine right now. I just got the notification. Not great for the prof. We'll see if he can turn it around on the back nine, but we're looking at a rough scorecard right now for Cody.
All right, first regional is out. UCLA, it's the Los Angeles regional. Let's go ahead and refresh this so you guys can see it as well. Right here, Los Angeles regional, your number one overall seed, UCLA. They have St. Mary's. They have Cal Poly. Interesting. I thought Cal Poly might get sent to Oregon for the second time in as many years. And then they have Virginia Tech. So, man, 1 seed versus 4 seed. UCLA is going to be tough to beat, man. They're so good top to bottom. They really are. Rock Kalowski, I think you say his name, Chalowski, whatever his name is. Projected number one
I
overall
always
pick.
thought it was Chawowski.
It might be. I don't know. The kid's amazing,
I don't know.
Yeah. They're going to be tough to beat, no doubt, especially in their own ballpark. Number 2 seed coming in overall is Georgia Tech. That's what we were talking about before the show. Georgia Tech, number 2 overall seed in Atlanta.
I'm so behind.
UIC.
Yeah, I think you.
All right, let's refresh again. Let's go talk about this regional. All right, they haven't released the regional yet. Just the number 2 seed, the Citadel. It's so cool watching all these kids that are on these mid-major or non-power 4 schools having these watch parties. It's awesome to see them get to play on the big stage, man. That's going to be a fun couple of weeks coming up. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's the number 2 seed in Atlanta. Oklahoma, not a pretty good baseball team. So that'll be.
Oklahoma is playing isn't Georgia Tech's regional, you're saying?
Oklahoma is going to Atlanta.
That is a fun one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
There's going to, okay, I'm just refreshing over and over. Here it is. Here's the graphic so you guys can see it as well. Atlanta, Georgia Tech, number 1 seed. UIC, number 4 seed. Citadel, 3 seed. Oklahoma, 4 seed.
Can you full screen the graphic on the Twitter is that possible? Make it easier to see for everybody.
Like this? So it's going to take a second to show up, but like that. See if you can see it better like
Yeah.
that.
The stream's slightly delayed, so I'll see it in
Yeah.
a second.
Number 3 seed is Georgia. We talked about
yes,
that.
that's
Just like
that's
that?
way better. That's
Okay,
way
well,
better.
I'm going to leave it up until they finish everything. Long Island going to Athens.
Shout out Long Island.
Hey, the boys are lit, dude. That's so cool. I love this. The Long Island Sharks are lit to go to Athens. It's going to be fun. It's tough to beat Georgia, especially at their home ballpark. Liberty in the Athens Regional. 41-19. Also,
Poor
guys.
guys, by the way.
Also, guys, make sure you are paying attention. Later on, me and Matthew are going to film a show recapping the SEC tournament and looking a little more in depth at our regional. It probably won't be a super long video, but just give you some content to look forward to this weekend. Next weekend, I guess, coming up. All right, the Georgia regional is set. Athens
Also, odds
regional.
are I'll be on a morning show this week on Hightop Sports, so you can check me out there when I talk about the upcoming regional, in addition to my new article that comes out Wednesday. But go check that out when that happens, and you could also get some more context to what's going on here.
Yep. Follow all the Hightop Sports channels and Twitter accounts so you can stay up to date with everything Florida sports. Here's the Athens Regional. Georgia 1 seed, Long Island 4 seed, Liberty 3 seed, Boston College 2 seed. This Boston College team has surprised me. Not known to be a good baseball school, but this year they played really well in the ACC. So I would expect Georgia to win this regional, but you never know, right? All right, overall number 4 seed, Auburn.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was about to say Boston College filmed their reaction video on a microwave.
Yeah. Milwaukee heading to Auburn. Man, they're 25-31. They had to have won their conference tournament. NC State, Auburn, Milwaukee, NC State. Who's going to be the 2 seed, or is this the 3 seed coming up? I'm going to assume this is the 2 seed. UCF. So UCF will not be in Gainesville. UCF is heading to Auburn.
Huge.
Scott says
Did not
Auburn got a
want
national
that.
seed. Yeah. Impressive year for Auburn, honestly. That pitching staff's very elite. We saw it firsthand. The Gators saw it firsthand. So, yeah.
Where's Cade Fisher?
Who?
He's not there. Where's Cade Fisher?
I don't think he plays anymore. That I know.
Oh, he's on the team?
No, I don't think he's on the team. I don't think he plays anywhere. That I know anyway. I have to look it up after the game. I don't know. Look it up. Look it up.
I'm looking this up. It's bothering me.
Why is this?
He's playing in the minors?
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the Red Sox.
Oh, he's on the Red Sox? Okay, cool. I loved
He
Cade
was
Fisher when he was
picked
at Florida, man. And when we were in...
He was picked around 18.
Okay. Shout out to Cade Fisher. I love Cade Fisher. He pitched a lot of big innings for Florida. Auburn could win it all? Absolutely. Does that bump us to 9th? No, I don't think so. North Carolina...
Auburn being top 4?
Yeah. Auburn...
Oh, UCF's reaction video is funny.
North Carolina, the 5th seed. VCU will be going to Chapel Hill. You're surprised AU is that high? Yeah, we were talking about that before the show as well. Auburn getting the... I had them like a 6 seed or 5 seed. But their body of work's pretty good.
VCU trying to get a March Madness revenge game on North Carolina.
That regional... This regional was brutal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
North Carolina, VCU, East Carolina, who's hot right now. They ran through their conference tournament in Tennessee and Chapel Hill.
Tennessee's the last team in?
No, they're a 2 seed in the Chapel Hill regional.
Oh, okay. Got it.
They're announcing at like 1, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I get it. I see.
Right here, I'm gonna pull that
UCF,
up.
Yeah, the UCF announcement video is funny. They were all in the pool. I don't know if you saw.
No, I didn't see it.
They were just splashing everywhere.
All right, here's your Chapel Hill regional. Again, North Carolina, VCU, ECU, and Tennessee. That's a tough regional. But the Tar Heels, fantastic year this year. 22-8 in the ACC. Fantastic year for them. They were my pick to win the ACC tournament. Didn't quite get it done. Lost to Tech.
Wait.
But
How do you tie in college baseball?
How do you tie? I have no idea. I guess if it
Does it
rains out
get
and it's
rained
tied, I
out
guess.
after? Okay, because all these teams have one loss,
All right, six. Number
one tie.
6 seed, Texas. We're starting to get into crunch time here. We knew Texas. I thought Texas would be a little maybe higher than that, but. And then Holy Cross. Holy Cross traveling to Austin.
How is Auburn above Texas? That feels so wrong to me.
I don't know. I haven't really dove into all the analytics like the RPI, the other things they look at. Oh my
Yeah,
God, Tarleton
it
State.
just feels wrong.
Tarleton State. Let me tell you a little something about Tarleton State. Now, I don't keep up with mid-major baseball a lot, but I know Tarleton State can hit the baseball. Their lineup is very good. And UC Santa Barbara, Texas, Holy Cross, Tarleton State, UC Santa Barbara in the Austin regional. I'm going to pull it up right here so you guys can see it.
Okay, so I'm glad it's not just specific to Oklahoma. Texas in the rivalry also films their reactions on microwaves.
Hopefully, if they show us, hopefully we don't have that.
Yeah, it's been every school so far. Holy Cross is flipping out.
So Texas, I mean, the regional is not strong. I think maybe the second best team in the regional may be Tarleton State. I don't think UC Santa Barbara is as good as they usually are. But regardless, like I said, any of these teams you run into in these regionals, they're there for a reason. Oh boy. Number 7 seed, Alabama. Oh boy. So
I mean, we thought we were going to be 8th or 9th, right? So
right, but I thought maybe it's going to be either us, Southern Miss, or Texas A&M in the 8th. I thought Southern Miss.
Oh wait, I think we got it.
We're about to find out. Oh boy, I'm nervous. I don't really care as long as SC Upstate
yeah, I'm
is
more
going to
worried-
Alabama. I thought I saw some projections where they would be in the Gainesville Regional. They're a good team as well.
Yeah, I'm more worried about who's in our bracket more so than the seeding because I don't mind going on the road if we have to.
Oh, they got Oklahoma
Um,
State in the regional. That's tough. I saw some projections where they might be coming to Gainesville as well.
See, I don't like them either. They're always annoying to play.
Yeah, let's pull up this Tuscaloosa regional. This is a tough regional as well. Let's pull it up. Oh man, I
And that
don't
Bama
feel good
team's
about
pretty
this.
good.
Alabama, USC Upstate, Oklahoma State. All right, let's see who the 8 seed is. Here it comes. Oh boy. I think we're either going to be 8 or 9, so we're going to play the same team. It's just whether we'll be at home or on the road. Florida, 8 seed. Let's go.
There we go.
We are a
There we
national seed.
go.
Let's go. So the SEC tournament
There we
pays
go.
off for us, the little run we went on. That's awesome.
What a perfect
Because
prediction.
the only reason I wanted us to be 8th is so if we win, we host Supers, and there's a chance looking at my work schedule I can make it down for Supers if it's in Gainesville. So Ryder. We got Ryder.
Ryder.
Yeah, they're. I think they won their
You hear
conference.
something new every day.
They're pretty good, I think.
I've never heard of it.
We'll do some
never
research
heard
later.
of it.
Troy does get in at large from the Sun Belt. I know they were there were some people that were questioning whether they were going to get in or not. Troy's a solid team as well.
None of those scare me so far, though.
Miami, the 2 seed.
Oh, no.
Miami, the 2 seed.
Brutal.
All right, let's take care of business, boys.
I
We have the
don't- I don't
Gainesville
like
Regional
that.
here. Florida, the 1 seed. Ryder, the 4 seed. Troy, 3 seed. Miami, 2 seed. I'll be honest. I don't think this might be the 3rd or 4th toughest regional I've seen so far. So it's not that bad. Just to be
Yeah,
honest, I think I think Bama got a tougher regional than us with Oklahoma State, who's playing really well. SC Upstate, who's a good team. I don't know, they're close.
No,
We'll talk about that tonight.
You're right.
Or
You're right.
today.
But this would be like Alabama having Auburn in its regional. Like when you play a rival in a postseason game,
Oh yeah, 100%.
the difficulty of opponent kind of goes out the window.
Yeah.
I don't like that we have to play Miami. I'd much rather not have to play Miami. Miami didn't look too excited when our name popped up. I'll say that. But
They know.
um,
Well, the thing is, they've got to get
they,
by Troy first, and Troy is tough. I'm telling you, their ace is good. They're good enough to beat
that's
Miami.
32-29, so I didn't
They've
think
been
they were going to be as good as they are.
they're pretty good. They're hot lately. They made a nice little run in the Sun Belt. You just want to be careful with a team like that. I'm telling you. All right, who? Let's
Well,
see. Did we go? I think
this
they're
is
on a pause right now. So
yeah, this is Kevin O'Sullivan's 18th straight tournament appearance.
yeah, and probably I didn't see any projections where Vanderbilt or LSU obviously made the tournament, so that should be good enough once this show is
All right,
over to be
so
the longest in the country. Correct?
recap of the top eight: UCLA, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Auburn, North Carolina, Texas, Bama, Florida.
Yep. I like that.
Those are your national hosts.
Yep. So we're gonna match
You
up with the
got
9 seed.
five. You got five SEC teams in the top eight.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Jeremy says, love having Miami and Gainesville complete the sweep. Yes, we are finally going to get that game 3. This rain delay or rescheduling has taken a while, but hopefully we get it. We're not guaranteed to get it, obviously, but you think we get USM at the 9? I think either Southern Miss or A&M is going to be the 9. Troy bullpen is
I'd
awful.
rather it be.
Good.
I'd rather
So
it
if
be
you can
Southern
get past
Miss.
their start, I think they only have like one good starter or two. So I'm assuming they would throw
Yeah.
throw him against Miami. So their bullpen's awful
Yeah.
good. That's good news for us.
I'd rather get Southern Miss. I don't want to face A&M's lineup if we don't have to. They rake, but I'm not scared of anybody. I'm
No,
not scared of Miami either, but I'd rather have not gone Miami. But if you told me we got Ryder and Troy to get Miami, then that trade-off's definitely worth it.
yeah,
Um,
I don't think
I honestly
this
think
regional's too crazy right now. You're fixing to start
no.
seeing in some of these lower seeds. You're fixing to start seeing some tough regionals here.
Yeah, I think Florida can definitely take care of business against Miami. Like, there's a few bats in that Miami lineup that do scare you.
Oh,
They have a
FSU. I'm sorry. I was just reading the chat. FSU. I forgot about them. They have been projected to get a top 8 national seed for a while now. I wonder how they're feeling, and they're saying that they could also be the 9 seed.
So it ends up that Miami is scary to play to an extent, but I think you should take care of business. You should beat Miami. There's no excuse not to beat Miami. You're the better team. You're the hotter team. You're at home. You got all your guys rested. Everyone's healthy. You got to get the job done. There's no excuses. You got to get the job done.
Yep, I think we take care of business. I'll be anxious. I'm just ready for the baseball to start. Somebody said Sandy game 1, King game 2. It'll be interesting. We'll talk a little bit about that in our preview video that'll be coming out later today or early tomorrow. Probably later today, later tonight though. We're gonna have a preview video. It'll be interesting to see how Sully attacks the pitching this weekend.
When's the first game?
Friday, I believe. I think it's
So
Friday,
that would
Saturday,
give,
Sunday.
That would give Sandifer 6 days rest, which is
And
good.
he didn't throw that many pitches. Hopefully his arm's good.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean the rest for. Like
Oh, yeah.
not
Yeah.
as like the 6 days to recover from that pretty brutal comebacker, which I honestly think if it was a regular season game, they would have kept him in.
I think so too.
I think because of the stakes, the game doesn't. We were all so bent out of shape about it. The game doesn't actually matter. We would have been the 8 seed, no matter what. So
Yeah.
looking back, so.
Yeah.
I think Sully was just like, let's be careful, let's take him out, let's make sure it's all good. Especially because I believe it was on his throwing elbow, right?
Yeah, it was on. I think it was like his forearm area, but yeah, it was on his throwing arm.
His throwing arm. So
Yep.
you definitely are like, all right, it's not worth it, let's take care of it. If that happened against Ryder, he's not coming out the game.
Southern Miss is the 9. So
Okay, I like that way better.
Southern Miss. Let's see who they get in their regional. Link says Miami's lineup is a little scary, but our pitching staff is too good to worry about. Agree. And Miami only has one good starting pitcher. Penn is very bad. Yeah, they're dealing with some injuries. I know their number 2 guy. I think he might have went down against us, or it was early in the year. Little Rock.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jacksonville State going to Southern Miss. Ooh, yes. Jacksonville
Another
State
thing about
is a pretty
Miami.
good, solid team.
Miami's bullpen is not very good.
Yep.
I remember they used like 5 guys in 1 inning against us. Like they
Yeah.
really stretched that pitcher out to go 8 because they knew they had no chance, and then it fell apart.
All right, and they get Virginia as well in the Hattiesburg Regional. Let's pull this
I'm
up.
not so sure. I'm not so sure Southern Miss makes it out.
I tell you what, Jacksonville State as a 3 seed is a tough draw, and then Virginia as a 2 seed is a tough draw. I know I'm pretty sure when I was listening to the 11.7 podcast earlier this year, they were dealing with some injuries, but I think they're healthy now. And they're always talented, always tough to beat. So, not an easy regional. Jacksonville State, I know. I think I watched one of their games on a Friday night, one night, late night. And I'm pretty sure their lineup breaks. So, should be good. And then, I don't know about their 4 seed. I don't know anything about them. But I'm going to do some research. That's all I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. Happy Memorial Day, by the way, guys. If you're tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like the live and subscribe. Virginia could steal that regional. Yep. FSU, the 10 seed. Interesting.
So they play Bama if they win, right?
Yeah. 7 versus 10. That's right. St. John's in the Tallahassee regional. Let's see what kind of regional they get dealt. The 3 seed in that regional. Let's see who it is. Northern Illinois. Don't know a lot about them, I'll be honest. Scott says Liam game 1. We'll have to see. Whatever decision Sully makes, I trust it. He'll get us right.
You got 3 good starters. It's interchangeable as long as you save Aiden King for Miami.
And Coastal. Oh, Florida State gets Coastal in the regional.
They're not making it by Coast.
Florida State's good, man. Their starting pitching's good enough. I think it depends on how they set up their pitching. They could beat Coastal for sure. What's that guy's name? Wes Mendez? Dog on the bump.
Coastal plays such good, clean baseball. Like they
do.
I don't know that. I think that coach is gone right after this year.
Maybe I don't know. Isn't his name Schnall or something? You think he'll take South Carolina's job?
If he wants that job, it's his.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that 100%. But I also think last year he had some big programs reach out and he told them no. But I think that's a better fit. I mean, he doesn't have to move very far. And South Carolina, I know here recently hasn't been very good, but it's a storied program in college baseball. So Oregon is 11 seed.
It kind of reminds me with the Coastal coach of the ECU coach. That's like, I'm not leaving unless Ole Miss opens up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to leave for a school that I don't need to go to. So maybe he has a school in mind that's not South Carolina. He's like, I'll just wait here until.
Yeah, because there's no pressure on him whatsoever at Coastal right now.
No, and
he's done such a good job
to win.
Yeah, he's a very good coach, no doubt about that. I like him a lot. Need to look into Ryder more though. Yeah, I do too. I don't know anything about him really. Jacksonville State swept Auburn midweek series. Yep, I remember that. He's rumored to be headed to South Carolina. That's what I was thinking. Texas A&M dropped. Yeah, they must. Oregon, man, an 11 seed. I was seeing. Now I haven't looked I haven't looked into the analytics. I mostly just focus on Florida.
Yeah, still no A&M. What the hell?
Yeah, A&M dropped. So what in the world is going on here? I thought they were going to be. They're on the verge of getting a top 8 seed. Here we are at 11. They're still not named. But here we go. Oregon, the Eugene Regional, Yale, Washington State, and I didn't see that 2 seed. But it's going to be pop up right here.
Yeah.
Here
Yale's excited.
Oh, Oregon State. Oh my God. Oregon State.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Wow. That's going to be fun, must-see TV.
Oh, that's so good.
I agree, Jeremy.
Awesome.
I agree.
That's awesome.
A&M, here it is. Texas A&M, 12 seed.
Who spots below FSU does not sit right.
That's crazy. But I'm just happy we got an 8 seed. I'm not complaining too much. So Scott Strickland probably working his magic in there in the room back there. Lamar.
Yeah, that's so fun. That's funny. I don't know if you're watching. Oregon State, you can't see the team because they have their national championship trophy just right in front of the camera.
I love it. Texas State. Texas State's a solid ball club as well.
Who's the host of this region
A&M.
again? I'm behind. This is A&M's region? Okay.
Yep, A&M. Man, this is fun. This is so fun. USC, oh boy. Now, what I'll say about USC, they might be 1-10 in quad 1 games or 1-11. Their quad 1 record is not great. They have 2 legit pitchers on that pitching staff. So, I could easily see them coming out of that regional. A lot of people thought USC should have been a host for a regional. When do tickets go on sale? Still not up. No idea. But I need to look into it. I think my dad.
They won't be hard to get.
Yeah, I think my dad and them are going to the regionals, and then I'm trying to go to supers. So hopefully we make it.
Yeah, they'll only be hard to get if you're unwilling to sit on the berm. If you're willing to sit on the berm, you'll be fine.
As long as can see a little bit, I'm good.
Oh, the berm's great. I love the berm, but like, if you need a seat for any reason, then those might be harder to get. But
yeah, make sure you bring plenty of money too. I know you guys are going. Don't they sell beer at the games now? So when I went, they didn't sell beer or anything at the games.
for $38.99.
Yeah, so pack it. That's helping our NIL, man. Y'all make sure y'all buy plenty of beer, plenty of hot dogs, all that good stuff. Nebraska 13.
I don't think it is. It should be though. They should make that a thing.
It's probably not. I was just joking around.
It's going towards. It's probably.
It's going towards something.
It's
going
towards the renovating the swamp.
That'll work. Nebraska, South Dakota State. Oh, Arizona State. Okay, I'm ready to see. All right, let's see who the 2 seed is. South Dakota State, Arizona State, Nebraska, and Ole Miss going to Lincoln. We knew I figured there'd be an SEC team in that regional. That should be a fun one too. Nebraska's not a bad team.
If you're Ole Miss though, that's the 1 seed.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. One of them. Like, Ole Miss is very good. We know we know firsthand.
Yeah. If you want anyone, you want Nebraska if you're them. How did South Dakota State make it? They won at 24-31. They must have won the conference, right?
Who?
South Dakota State is 24-31.
All those teams that you see with the bad records, they're automatic qualifiers for winning their conference tournament.
But Troy, I heard you said, was an at-large.
Troy's an at-large. Their RPI, you'd be surprised. I was listening to the 11.7 guys. I love their show, by the way. And they were talking about how good their RPI was. They went out and scheduled. Last year, they were left out. And they went out and they got left out with like a really good record. And the committee basically told them, hey, your strength of schedule is terrible. So they went out and scheduled really hard, played some good teams, beat some good teams. And even with, a closer to 500 record, way closer than last year, they were able to get in. Mississippi State here. Yeah. What seed is this? 14? 14. Mississippi State, 14 seed. Lincoln Regional is tough. Yeah. It's going to be fun, man. I'm just excited to watch all of them. I'll have on the, what is it called? Is it extra innings or whatever it is? Where ESPN does, where it has a bunch of regionals up at the same time. I'll have that up, grinding unless Florida's on.
It's something like an NFL Red Zone type of thing.
High Point hasn't been listed yet. They have a good squad, great squad. Now the 11.7 guys were talking about that as well. Now I don't only look at 11.7, but I listen to their podcasts when I'm mowing the grass, weed eating, stuff like that. They do a really good job. Also, Gator Diamond podcast, I listen to that one too. And High Point lost their last conference series, and I think they lost their conference tournament. So I think it's going to be tough for them to get in. We'll see here, though. Mississippi State, Lipscomb, Louisiana, Cincinnati here. Louisiana, another good team. I think they either won the Sun Belt tournament or made the finals. I can't remember.
Looking back, that's so crazy. We got swept by High Point.
We won Game 3. But we should have got swept, honestly. We were down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had to.
Oh, right. We walked it off, right?
Yeah, they had like a meltdown for us to win that. Multi-view, right.
I remember that. That's our $1 million invention, by the way. We have to make an NFL Red Zone for postseason regional college baseball.
Driven 13 was the Lincoln regional. And then, sorry, I forgot to update it up here. I got to talking. And then 14 Starkville here. Mississippi State, Lipscomb, Louisiana, Cincinnati. Cincinnati is another team in the Big Ten. They have that one guy, I don't remember his name, that just absolutely rakes. I can't remember his name. He'll probably and the
Oh yeah, he's a pick. I've seen him in the draft.
15 seed Kansas. They get Northeastern.
Rock chalk.
Yep, Rock Chalk.
Oh wow, Mississippi State's first time hosting since 2021.
Missouri State, that's a good team too. Kansas with a tough 3 seed draw there, I think. I saw some projections that had Missouri State and Tallahassee's regional, and I was thinking that's a good team. Arkansas and Kansas. Ooh.
Look what the chat's saying.
Kansas, Northeastern, Missouri State, Arkansas. Man. That's going to be a fun one too. Here you go. Here's that Lawrence regional.
If y'all got any questions in the chat, just spam them. We'll answer all of them.
Yep, I'm trying to read them as we go. I got to reading them while I go, and then forgot to update to the next regional graphic, and then also forgot to watch the announcement show here. That's why I'm looking down. I'm watching on my phone because I only have 2 computer screens.
Jeremy, I doubt we see a Cubs World Series, but
22-8 in the Big 12. Hey, look at Kansas. Okay. 16 seed is going to be Morgantown, West Virginia. Hey, them boys are lit. They're like in the club or something, yo.
That's such a cool place.
Like
I'd love to go.
I've been to West Virginia before.
It sounds like
the mountains are beautiful, man. Binghamton. I also saw some projections where Binghamton was going to be in our regional. Don't know much about them,
Binghamton?
But shout out Binghamton.
I know that. I'm kind of from that area, so I know about the school. I don't know about the baseball.
Kentucky. Oh my God, Kentucky slides in. A lot of people thought they weren't. I mean, they were on the bubble, weren't getting in. They make it as a 3 seed in West Virginia.
That's not a team you want in your bracket as a 3 seed. I'll tell you that.
No, because they are just. It's not like they're uber talented or anything. Well, they're in the SEC. They have some talent, but they're not a team
that talent than most 3 seeds.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I wouldn't want to play them just because they're so annoying to play. They're going to put pressure on your defense. They're going to lay down bunts, steal bases. Wake Forest.
West Virginia is actually in the club. Like, it just popped up.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, actually, they got disco balls and stuff. They're in the club throwing
arcades and stuff behind them.
All right, so that's going to do it for the show. Let's take a look here just at some potential, what we could see in some postseason here. So the 1 seed was UCLA. So they're going to match up with the Morgantown regional. The winner of those 2 regionals will match up. I mean, I'm not too crazily excited about that one. There's got to be some more interesting ones. Who was the 2 seed? Georgia Tech will match up with Lawrence, the Kansas regional. That could be fun, especially, Kansas is good, and then you got Arkansas in that regional as well. Troy has an elite catcher. I saw that in our group chat the other day. Somebody was talking about their catcher being very, very good and possibly a target for somebody in the portal.
I just pulled up Riders stats. We're in the weeds here. And Neri, Kyle, and Charlie McGolick, Nick Shout, oh my God, Shuhet, those 3 guys look like they rake. But that's it, obviously against lower level pitching. But they all hit around 350 with a 950 or higher OPS.
Yep, you're going to run into some of those guys that just rake, that are on random mid-major teams here in the postseason.
Yeah, obviously they're not facing the Liam Petersons and the Aiden Kings of the world on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, but probably some of their midweeks they're probably facing decent pitching. They're not facing the SEC weekend guys, but they're probably facing some decent guys. All right,
hitters hit.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hattiesburg Regional will match up with the Gainesville Regional. Obviously, I like that matchup there. Alabama and who was 10? Florida State. That'll be a fun one. And then you got Texas and Oregon. Okay. Those regionals match up.
I have a question for how it works.
Yep.
I kind of forget. Let's say Alabama loses, right, and doesn't make it out. Does Florida become the 7 and then Eastern. Who was it again? Miss Southern Miss. Do they end up hosting a super?
So it would be like, let's say, use your example, Bama is the 7 seed. They're matched up with Florida State, the 10 seed. Let's say Alabama doesn't make it out of the regional. Let's say right here, let's just look at, for instance, Oklahoma State makes it out of the regional, but Florida State wins their regional. The higher seed will host the super, so it will go to Florida State.
Okay.
They wouldn't necessarily
Got it.
like become the 7 seed, but they're going to host. Now I've seen it where
Yeah, yeah.
2 seeds, like let's say Oklahoma State wins that regional, and then in the Florida State regional, Coastal Carolina wins that
Coastal.
regional. Then I can't remember how they decide it. I know the venue has to hold a certain amount of people, blah blah blah. But I don't think that's a problem for either Coastal or Oklahoma State, obviously. So I don't know how they would. Maybe it's whoever's in the higher seeded regional. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Never really thought about it.
Driven outdoors. If Auburn and Nebraska win their regional, we get another Auburn versus Nebraska series. They played a series back in March. Auburn took 2 of 3. I remember that. Yep. Earlier in the year, I remember Auburn and Nebraska playing. Shout out to Wheels on YouTube. If you guys want to catch up on some good college baseball
Yes.
games and you can't
Yes.
watch them live, Wheels does a great job of posting highlights. That's what I do when I'm laying in bed at night. I watch Wheels all the time. Gator Jeremy, Super Regional stateside seed to win in regionals, right? I can't remember what happens if they're tied. Like, I've seen it happen before. I can't remember what ended up happening. Because I think technically, if you're the 2 seed in the 10 seeded regional, so like Coastal, I think technically they're a higher seed than the 2 seed in the 7 regional. I think that's how it works, but I can't remember. But those both Coastal and who was it? Oklahoma State could easily win those regionals. Should be fun. Should be a fun time. But anyway, Matthew, what time do you want to hop back on here and record this video? Are you free all day? Let's say
Not all day.
Okay.
I could do like 3 if that works.
3 works for me. Let's be back. Hop on here at 3. Record a video. I'll expedite the editing and we'll get it posted. We're going to cover the SEC tournament. Just a little recap. Nothing crazy, and we'll talk about our regional. I'm gonna do a little diving into, because I know a little bit about Troy. We obviously all know about Miami, and I don't know anything about Ryder, so I need to do some digging, and we will be back then. Okay, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Obviously,
Check that out.
make sure you check out hightopsports.com. Is that the website, Matthew, where we post all our articles?
Hightopsport.com.
Matthew posts his articles.
Have a series preview.
He'll have a series preview, all that good
preview
stuff.
for this regional. Yep, on Thursday probably I'll have the regional preview with the deep dive into all the teams' analytical stats. So go check that out. And then, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
The
and
Gators.
Tyler, thank you for pointing that out. The UNC regional does look like one of the tougher ones to me. VCU, ECU, Tennessee. Thank you, Mr. Jeremy. I hope you all have a great day. Go Gators. Maybe we'll talk with David this week and see. We may live stream one of the regional games or reaction to the regional games. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check out the video later on today. Click the bell so you get notified when we post it. All right, guys?